Alright, so in the last video we set up our sight. Now in this video I want to set up the muzzle device. So we're going to use the muzzle device that comes with it. So that would be this suppressor right here. So SM_suppressor 5. So let's change the preview mesh to SM_suppressor. And here we have to rotate the 90 degrees and set it to be relatively close to the center. Move it forwards so it actually has the locking lugs. Down a tiny bit. And that looks pretty much about right. Not the greatest of fit, but it works. So here we have our suppressor. So let's go ahead and create that class. So we're going to go back to our tutorial folder, create a new blueprint class, and again search for FPS. Here you can see we have FPSTemplate_muzzle. So let's grab that, BP_tutorial muzzle, and open it on up. So same thing, we're going to add a static mesh, make it the root, and we want to give this a component tag of FPS part. So once we have that, we are good to go. So let's go ahead and add the mesh to be that suppressor, compile and save, and go to our class defaults. So here you have just some very basic settings, like if it's a suppressor, so in this case it is, and that's just to enable you to basically check what muzzle device, and if the muzzle device is a suppressor on your firearm, just for the sake of changing the sound. And then we have the muzzle socket, so S_muzzle. So this is where the projectile is going to launch from. So what we want to do is go to that suppressor, create a socket of S_muzzle, and drag it to the front. And this is already actually set up in the center, so that's pretty good. Just drag it a little bit out in front. And then we can check the rotation. So that's straight, and that's straight. So we're good to go. So now it has that socket, and we're basically good to go. So it still uses the, I'll get into weapon collision later. Again, you just have the default stats and all that kind of stuff. Nothing too important, but now we want to change the parts to be the default muzzle. So set the possible part and the default part to be the new muzzle. So now we have the new muzzle device. If I shoot, it is quiet. And if I change this to be unsuppressed, by the way that I have this logic in here, to check what sound to play, which is actually somewhere else, I will step through it in another video, so I'm not too worried about it. But we're going to set it to not be suppressed. Now it's loud. So that's where you can control that. So again, muzzle device, super simple. And in the next video, I'm going to cover the forward grips. So I'll see you then.